The art of living through crisis. It's so strange, but here I am again. Once more, I find myself starting something new in the moment of crisis. It's a bit difficult to write this text and create videos, but it's even harder not to do it at all. People hate crises and try to avoid them. I'm not a fan of crises neither, but my whole life shows that I have created my best work during the most challenging moments. A couple of months ago, I completed an important phase of my life, and I am now beginning a new one. I finished a phase that lacked meaning for me, and now I'm packing my bags, taking my team with me, and heading to the mountains in a search of new meanings.
Боже, в детстве это был мой любимый момент.
Вы отправляете?
Да.
I believe in crises because they unleash tremendous energy and a kind of thirst for life. Don't get me wrong, I'm not masochist. I don't think one should deliberately seek difficulties in life. But life is a complex structure. Things are constantly happening within it. And this essence of life, in my observation, does not like static state for too long. Everything living is perpetual motion, and as soon as it stops growing and changing, it begins to die and degrade. It's like entropy, decay, and the lack of meaning. And we are part of this complex structure called life, which from time to time stir its depth, shaking off the dust of limitation and stagnation from us. So, what exactly is crisis? Is it really that bad? A crisis is when old algorithms no longer work for some reason. It could be due to external circumstances and the upheavals of life or internal disruptions. But something happens and breaks the system, and this is definitely not necessarily something bad or negative. Here too there is a certain distortion of perception, as if crisis is something bad. Often happy changes shock us no less than tragic ones. The ancient Chinese believed that any exalted emotion disrupts the harmony of the energy balance in person's system, and even experiencing great joy can disrupt the usual order of things. Then the system begins to look for new forms of stabilization. So a person changes jobs, countries, and seeks a different social circle, all for the sake of new meanings that stabilize and provide a certain confidence in the future. Viktor Frankl said that a person becomes a human thanks to deep and great meanings they create for themselves. So, how do you get out of the crisis? How do you find these meanings? I can only share my recipe. First, normalize your condition. It happens and that's okay. You're okay, you're not broken. There is nothing to save, fix, or redo. It happens. It seems like a crisis. It's time when you can look inside yourself, into your inner world, into what you really are, to grieve for something, rejoice in something, resemble something, review it, and find your path to yourself again. This happens. It happens, and it's normal.
Чому мені ніхто не сказав, які вигляд?
Second, find your stabilization points. What are they? Stabilization points are like islands of grounding. What bring you joy in life? Maybe it's walks at sunset. Maybe it's a thread you like. For me, it's always practice. Practice and meditation are my islands of tranquility, my points of contact with myself and the world. It's not me doing practice, it's the practice building me for many years, and that's my point of stabilization. Third, some problems don't need to be solved, they just need to be outgrown. These require time, and more time. A crisis is a certain internal process of growth, and we also need time for it. It's very useful to simply agree with yourself on a certain amount of time you can give yourself, even if it seems like you don't have any time at all. Believe me, it's better to make an agreement and still give yourself some time.
Дівчатки, як вам санаторний вайб?
From my experience, I can say that when people don't give themselves this time, that deep self, the core of who you truly are, will take this time one way or another. Maybe through illness, maybe through some other extreme events, but our self, our core self, will still find its way back to itself. And very often this path, due to our stubbornness and unwillingness to look within, can turn out to be quite extreme.
Ой, сейчас, мне кажется, сейчас такая гроза начнется, посмотрите. Или, может быть, пронесется.
So believe me, if you are already in crisis, it's better to give yourself time for this crisis.
Містер Лінч? Алло, передаю, слухавку. Навзаєм. Ніц.
Find some kindness toward yourself. Mentally hug yourself and say, "Well, my dear, how much time do you need? A day, 2, 3, a week, months, maybe a year?" This happens when crisis involves major tragic upheavals. People want to deceive the nature of their psyche, but unfortunately this is impossible. Certain processes of regeneration, recovery, restoring contact with oneself, and restoring health require time. So give yourself this time. Creating new meanings. Creating new meanings is a separate topic and separate kind of art. Today we focused on the art of experiencing a crisis. Let me know in the comments if you want me to tell you more about the art of creating new meanings and rethinking old ones as well. The only thing I can say is that creating new meanings often comes down to the idea that meaning exists outside of you. But the truth is that all meanings deeply reside within us, and the more we get to know ourselves, the more we uncover important and deep and fundamental meanings for ourselves. Thank you for being with me in this journey. Let me know if you liked this video in comments. It will inspire me to make more videos like this for you. It was me, Sasha Gadyaeva, your soul therapist. Bye.